Kiriko may seem like a fun, cute little hero, but she has massive carry potential with her incredible strong cooldowns, throwing knives, cloths that heal, and an amazing ultimate. Once you watch through this guide, you'll be able to start carrying as Kiriko and you'll never need another guide again. Let's do this fast. I'm going over Kiriko's priorities and abilities, Kiriko's ultimate, determining when Kiriko is good, identifying a playstyle on her, and the things like where you should position and path mid-fight to get the most value. This is the ultimate Kiriko guide. Kiriko has so many powerful abilities, she's actually one of the supports who has so much impact throughout the game. While it seems like Kiriko is all about damage and shooting the enemy, she actually heals a ton and definitely can main heal. Kiriko is a support through and through, and focusing primarily on healing can help you get so much value from her kit and implementing more damage when you can between healing. While we're on it, go into your settings and switch your primary and secondary fire so you are healing with right click and damaging with left click. This will make the damage part feel more intuitive. The best way to get better at your aiming is simply practice. I recommend aim training in Overwatch to get the most value in the same client, but really anywhere is best. Go into a deathmatch game for 5 minutes every day before you play comp. This is one small way to improve yourself a little each day, and that will compound into a whole lot of improvement. Most codes should be working for Overwatch 2. You can also just look up online a workshop bot aim trainer and try to see which one you like the best. I'll add some in the description below for some inspiration. Kiriko also has so much mobility. Don't forget she can wall climb to get onto high ground and away from enemies much easier. Hey there, by the way, my name is Shift HSK. I'm a Grandmaster 1 Time 500 support player. I'm going to now pass on my big gamer brain to you so you can do the same. If you like this video or found it helpful, consider hitting the like button and subscribe to see more content. Let's explain all of Kiriko's abilities and tell how to use them effectively. Kiriko has her kunai, her primary fire. These do 120 damage to the head, so if you're accurate with them, they can be so powerful. Remember to focus on healing, especially if you're bad at aiming or are the main healer, but throw these as often as you can. Her healing talismans can basically be held down constantly as they renew very fast. You should turn off the toggle for this so you can stop healing mid-animation if you need to. You can hold the healing button down and she'll basically constantly heal. You do have to slightly aim this, but landing all 10 of them will heal just over 78 healing per second. For reference, one Ana shot is 70 healing per second and Mercy's healing is 55 outside of Valkyrie. Talismans will turn yellow if they seek your target and will turn blue if they have no healing target. These will appear to be very insignificant and low heals, but they actually do a lot. Swift Step is Kiriko's movement, and she can teleport through walls up to 35 meters away. This can also cleanse Ashe's dynamite, so using it even if someone's next to you can be really powerful. This is more of a reactionary ability to save yourself in a sticky situation and for movement. Be careful though, it can really feel unresponsive and seems like there's a slight cast time to it. While you can teleport to people to save them with your abilities, I would hesitate doing that unless you're sure you're going to live. A big priority on support is to play for your own life, and sometimes people are just too deep and you gotta let them die so you don't as well. You can TP though and immediately throw down your Protection Zuzu to save them. Kiriko's Protection Zuzu is her immortality projectile, which is so strong and on a relatively low cooldown, however it only lasts 1 second. It's best to use this with purpose. Best times to use the ability could be one of the following, although this is just a generalized list and can be used many other ways. As a reactionary moment to save someone that is low HP and is going to die, against Junker Queen ultimate to negate the anti-effects, to avoid someone from being doom-fisted or hooked as these will pass directly through you, to cleanse yourself and your teammates from these many abilities including Biotic Grenade, Sleep Dart, Maze, Freeze, and Blizzard, Somber's Hack and EMP, Ryan's Earth Shatter, and even Ashe's Dynamite. Be careful, the Suzu can be eaten with Defensive Matrix, Orissa's Javelin Spin, and Kinetic Grasp by Sigma, as well as able to be deflected. Also, be careful when using this against Flux. You have to time it right, so when the person lands, or just before that, that's when you need to be immortal. This best can be done against a wall if all possible. Same with Grav though, targets will still be stuck in the Grav, so timing it out correctly will be best. Let the Kitsune guide you! Kitsune Rush is a powerful engage ultimate to help you and your team run over the enemy and destroy them. Summon the Fox Spirit that gives everyone on your team a speed boost buff, a rate of fire buff, faster reload speed, even reductions to cooldowns. Really, the best way to use this ult is to engage with it so your team can get into the fight fast, but can be powerful mid-fight to help your team get cooldowns and have that extra push to win the team fight. Since your cooldowns are lower, if you aren't using this mid-fight, just throw a projection Suzu to engage with the ultimate can be strong as it'll come back 3 times faster. Take this time to also do some damage as you are a machine gun. This ultimate isn't a big counter ultimate, so no need to hold this for practically ever. Either use it the fight you get it if you need some extra help, or engage with it on your next fight. This ultimate is super fun and can be a huge fight turner. Up next, the matchup guide and when Kiriko is a good pick. Kiriko kind of feels like a Baptiste replacement for the environments where they are good. Kiriko pairs best with main supports like Lucio, Brig, and Mercy, but can also work well with Zen and maybe even Ana. Although Overwatch 2 comps are much less defined, and I'm sure you can play Kiriko with any support duo. Kiriko can main heal, but her heals are best at closer range, so tanks like Doomfist and Ball on your team can be really hard to heal as they are moving very quickly and usually off doing their own thing. Tanks like Diva, Zarya, Orisa, maybe even Ryan can be good for Kiriko as they aren't going to be moving all crazy, and healing them and keeping them up will be easier. Against the enemy, Kiriko feels really strong against Ana and Junker Queen as their kits are really strong from their anti-abilities, while Kiriko can really counter a good Ana and even Junker Queen's ultimate almost entirely. If one of those heroes are carrying, definitely pick Kiriko. I don't think Dive or Snipers hard counter Kiriko either. If you're able to get your abilities off and survive, you can really play against any hero and any map, but you on Kiriko have to land your big abilities in order to win the games. Kiriko works really well in the Overwatch 2 support environment from not having a lot of tank help and having a lot of enemy team presence and damage onto you. She can play by herself and heal a ton to keep your team alive, but also carry her team with the damage she can put down on the team while having a strong cleanse and immortality to keep your team alive. Now that you know when to pick Kiriko, let's go over how you should play her in a more general sense altogether. The best thing you can do on support is value your own life and living the longest out of anyone on your team. This means that you shouldn't be risking your own life to try to save someone else's. The girlies kit is so hard for understanding that too, as you can literally save people. But when characters are too far out, you have to realize that there isn't anything you could do without cheats or something, and realizing that can be so powerful. While you do have your teleport, make sure you also use that for purpose and so you could easily be caught out after using it. Make sure again that you're getting value out of your protection Zuzu, as that's the main carry potential of her kit. If they have a Junker Queen on the enemy team, alt track her and know when it's coming, so you can do your best to save it for when she ults. So if you can, try to save it for an impactful ability or ultimate, but in general, try not to narrow down on saving it. Sometimes the enemy team may mess up and you could get value of it saving it for your other support anyways. So don't be too scared to use it. It's only on a 14-second cooldown anyway, at least right now. And don't forget, Kiriko is a support and focusing on healing isn't a bad thing. Fill in the damage where you can, you'll get better aim the more you play her, and have purpose with her whole kit. Let's review what we know so far. Kiriko is a super powerful character that you shouldn't be afraid to heal with and fill in damage. Use your Swift Strike reactionary, meaning in response to the enemy team or just to get away to safety. Have purpose with your protection Zuzu. It is on a small cooldown though, and the ability, so don't be afraid to use it when you feel necessary, but tracking when you need it can also be great. Also, use Kiriko's ultimate to engage or help out mid-fight. Lastly, let's go over some important but underlooked part of any support's kit. Positioning. Kiriko has slow but mighty healing, so being nearby to tanks and around your second support can be a great way to land all your abilities easier. The protection Suzu is a projectile and just throwing it on the ground is super easy. The farther you are, the harder it is to hit. I wouldn't recommend playing by yourself for too long, although getting a good angle if you have time to damage and TPing back into your team can help maximize Kiriko's effectiveness. Just do it when it's appropriate, and remember, dying is the biggest way to throw. Pathing around the map will depend who you have on your team. If you have a Zen or Ana, even a Brig, maybe play with them and constantly keep them alive. But if you have a more free support like Lucio, Mercy, Moira, maybe even Bap, you could always play a little closer to your tank. But if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's that support position is strongest always near hard cover and or a wall, so it's harder for the enemy team to hit you. So no matter who's on your team, always try to path near some hard cover and not in the open. Well, there you have it. Another chapter has been completed in the Holy Shift Bible, and you now have the Holy Fox Spirit to help you carry in your games. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment down below, come join our Discord, or even come by one of my Twitch streams at twitch.tv/HolyShiftKid. Thanks so much for watching, and happy carrying!